Good day, everyone, and welcome to FXDD live trading webinar. Today is June 18. My name is Nenad, and before we start, have in mind that Forex trading carries a high level of risk that is not suitable for all investors. Everything you see and hear from me is my personal opinion only. If you are not, if you don't fully understand what risk is and risk means, please educate yourselves associated with risk before you start trading Forex on live account. On these web addresses, you can sign up for more live educational and trading videos. Now, let's see what we have on table. Today, I have two trades that are currently running. So it is the dollar yen. The dollar yen basically is it's in uptrend. Housing starts were a bit high. So I guess that dollar yen should go up. I mean, it's also important day to day because we will have FOMC. Let me just check the calendar on my other monitor. So yeah, exactly. FOMC, economic projection statement, federal funds rate. So market is obviously waiting for that, but also housing starts were much higher. So I guess at least before the FOMC, dollar yen should go to retest 108.70 level. So 108.20 to 108.30 is the POC zone. Stops should be placed exactly at 107.92 below the 108. Okay, and final target is 108.70. The second trade that I'm running and also scaled in some positions. We're actually here we see long trades. So I scaled in. My zone was 1.2530 to 1.2520. And we have also trades running. Stop loss is 24.92. This level is still being protected. And according to historical levels of support and resistance, we might see a spike to the upside and then maybe short it again. But I would like to see a spike at least to 25.70 or 26.06. Next trade that could be also executed, but I'm running at my full risk now, potentially is the GBP Australian dollar. Although I don't see it's not overextended. We still could see some drop, but it's close to the ATR. So I might say this pair also could go up, but I will not trade because I'm at my full risk now with dollar yen and GBP dollar. I won't be risking more than my risk tolerance is. So two trades currently here, but this could also be a nice spike to the upside. Regarding counter trend trades, still Euro GBP is going up, so there is no counter trend trading opportunities. Also, on other pairs, I don't see any signals that can be related to counter trend. Mostly, I am doing counter trend on 4 hour and still testing some parameters, but also counter trend can be done on 1 hour and 15-minute charts on intraday. Still, according to my back testing results, 4 hour is the best time frame for counter trend trades regarding risk to reward and potential pip count. I don't have any signals here. According to my dashboard, I will open it right away. It should be set to maximum. Okay, let me just check. Minimum overbought oversold distance 7. Dots is 7. Okay, this is okay, and I'm not putting oversold overbought in time frame 2. So basically, for 4 hour, these are settings, and I don't see anything that can relate to counter trend. Last trade on CAD yen was here. You see some nice trades running. I'm trying to scan, but I would actually, if I saw something, if my system saw something, it would alert me immediately. So I don't see any alerts. Other than that, guys, GBP Australian dollar could go up. Okay, as I say, this could be a spike to the upside, but I'm already in my full risk, so I will not do this. It's tempting, I know, but we need to be always risk wary. This is now going up. I hope that this was the last push to the downside, and now I see that pound dollar is being bought on the dip, so I hope that this will continue up. Okay, so 25.70 could be the target for this counter trend move. Dollar yen also, it could be a nice spike to the upside from this level here. I hope we will see something. However, it's not very clear but if I take a look at 4-hour time frame, so these two lines are still above the zero line. The daily is, it's now retracing, but definitely it was thick when I made an entry. So I guess this also could go up, but we might wait for the FOMC or at least something before the FOMC so we can protect our profits. Prices are slow now. Yesterday, I had also a lot of people ask me about gold, and I did a gold trade. Actually, I closed it here around 1346.30. That is where I closed it. It was a nice resistance. It proceeded up, but I made an entry exactly here, double confluence yesterday. Okay, so 2 trades running. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask me. So dollar yen is the first trade. Again, I will repeat about the dollar yen. Confluence of support. These are historical support levels. There were buyers there. And now the price also retested this level. So this is kept in range. If 108.00 stays strong, we might see a push towards 108.50 and 108.70. On the GBP dollar, I have a couple of trades starting from 125.30 all the way down to 25.19. I have 3 trades running. I'm at my full risk on this account, and we could see a spike towards 25.58, 25.73, and eventually, if there is continuation of momentum from this zone here, we might see 26.06, and then we could start looking for shorting opportunities. So now, no matter what, I will not short it at support, especially at 25.00. That is psychological support. It's much better if you want to trade to go counter trend. Don't risk more than 1% if your risk limit is low. And then, of course, based on this, what we see here, okay, this can go up to this level here and there. That is what I see on intraday movement. On XAU USD, on gold, we might see also a pullback. And also, if we see a pullback, we could buy the dip here around 1340. Again, I guess, because this is a nice uptrend, inverted head and shoulders. When everything is aligned, this was a no-brainer trade here. Really a nice push and attempt to break this trend line here and go up. And it happened, actually. New Zealand dollar pair that really has only small range of 39 pips. The price is also pushing to the upside. And this is zone 0.6520 to 30, where we might see shorts. GBP New Zealand felt really like a stone. We had a signal originally. This should be a buy. This should have been a buy at 92.78. I went a little bit higher and was stopped out for this trade. So I'm not making any GBP New Zealand trades, because now you see my template and the middle Bollinger Band, it turned bearish. So now it seems that unless we see a nice push to the upside, this can be a bearish trend on the GBP New Zealand. Euro dollar, from my session recap, it came exactly as expected. I didn't see a signal on my Kimberla MACD, but according to analysis that I did on session recap, this was a short. And you can see 1240, a short trade. Definitely, it felt nice. It fell nicely from this spot. Although I would have received a signal if the price just went a little bit more to the upside. Let me check 4-hour. Bearish indeed. Daily. Yeah, this is really bearish trend now. So euro dollar is sell on rallies. Now, of course, it could change after the FOMC. Federal funds rate are predicted to remain the same, 2.50%. But what is important is FOMC press conference, guys. Usually, the rate is already priced in, but the cues that Fed will talk about or will mention during the FOMC press conference are something that traders look for. And every time we see one of or important member of Fed is speaking, let alone the chief Fed. Okay, chief Fed, we will see movement. So today, for example, on FOMC economic projections, they will speak about, of course, inflation, and they will mention inflation and economic growth over the last 2 years. Then at the same time, there will be FOMC statement, and if the statement is changed a little bit, that could create spikes depending on what they have changed compared to their last statement. And traders are always looking for cues what can change, and monetary guidance also. And of course, if federal funds rate remain the same, there should not be huge movement. And only then, when FOMC conference starts, we will see possible big spikes and big spikes of volatility. Because I think that 2.50% federal funds rate is already priced in. So I don't think that there will be anything regarding that news unless it's changed. If the numbers deviate from predicted numbers, it can create huge volatility. And I would like to close all of my trades before the FOMC. So of course, guys, pay attention to that. Other than that, the only thing that we had today was basically no, guys, just let me tell you something. FOMC is not today. Yeah, it's tomorrow. So if you stay in this trade until FOMC, it would be good that you are in profit, because then you would close your trade in profit. But if you don't close your trades, that is what I'm saying. It can create a lot of volatility. Fortunately, we still have time. So if our trades go in profit, we might see nice profits on GBP dollar and dollar yen. But then again, it could be risky to take any trades before the FOMC alone. And FOMC is scheduled for it's 6 p.m. GMT Wednesday. Okay, guys? So it's tomorrow. The question, could CAD Swissy be bought now at this point? CAD Swissy. Let me check right now. I particularly don't pay much attention to CAD Swissy. But yeah, let's see. No, this is bearish trend. So you see it's going down, down, down. And there is no signal for anything. So I would not go with the CAD Swissy. No clear signal from Camarilla MACD here. So I wouldn't touch this pair. The only thing that I see the signal now at this point is the GBP Australian dollar, but I would restrain from that because I had a loss on GBP New Zealand, and GBP is a little bit uncertain now because of Brexit news. We don't know if Boris Johnson will be the next lead for Brexit negotiations. So everything is basically fluctuating now like it's a huge risk for the GBP. So you should definitely be careful if you trade the GBP currency. Euro Australian dollar, for example, you see it also dropped from this spot heavily. It could probably be bought maybe a little bit later, but now at this point I don't see any signal for the Euro Australian dollar. Euro GBP still going up despite being overextended. In my opinion, this should have a correction. This should have had a correction much earlier, guys, especially because Euro GBP went without any substantial retracement from the bottom here, guys. It was 84.70. So all the way up to 89 without any big retracement. See, bang, bang, bang. This is V-shaped reversal, ascending scallop, and this is like it's a zigzag. But you see what the zigzag is? It doesn't have any big pullbacks. So the trend is still strong. This was the last chance to go short, obviously, before this drop. But now even this drop is being bought into. So that is why I think that Euro GBP will maybe go more to the upside. We really need to be careful with trading GBP crosses. If you try to trade with lower than usual risk, guys. And the last thing that I want to mention you is Euro New Zealand. I was paying attention today to that pair, and what I see here is possible buy the dip scenario. This is order block, clear order block here, and daily support 71.50. So if the price gets here between 70, it's the big zone, guys, between 71.10 and 71.50. Watch for some reversal patterns, and those reversal patterns can be a sign that we might bought in Euro New Zealand. We might buy Euro New Zealand on a dip. 4 hour is bullish, so I'm waiting for potential 4 hour. But you see, 1 hour has already dropped. But until it hits this level, guys, it's still bullish. You see, everything is bullish, and it's a big pullback. You see a big drop, but this could be a bullish rejection here based on 1 hour and 4 hour trend analysis. Okay, so I would be probably looking on potential signal on my 4 hour template for these dots around 71.50, 71.10. If you don't have Cameron MACD, of course, this webinar is free for all guys. Then you should watch for reversal patterns between in the zone. For on 4 hour chart, it's 71.50, 71.10. On 1 hour chart, it will be around 71.50 because this is 4 hour Bollinger Band, and 71.50 is a possible reversal spot. So once more regarding trade management, dollar yen, I have a long trade. My entry zone 108.20 to 30, target 108.70, stops 107.92. GBP dollar entries between 25.20 19 and 25.30, stop 24.92. If this low holds, I hope that we could see a spike to the upside. But you need to be careful, of course, with GBP. Trade with 1% of risk maximum. Okay, guys, that would be all. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Of course, if you see that the prices are moving in a fast way, then always protect your profits. It's much better. If you see that the price went to 25.60 and it cannot break it, it's better to close the trade than to wait for a drop, or close the half of your trade, put the rest to break even +1, and with traders call it enjoy a free ride. So it will depend on the GBP dollar. So if the price gets there, okay, try to protect your trade. Similar to dollar yen. If the price gets here 108.50, okay, try to protect your trade. If it goes there, it's time to close the profit, especially because the FOMC will probably spike the price. It will be a huge volatility. I hope that everything is clear. I don't see any further questions. I don't see any questions. Just Velislav Ket, Swissy, do not buy it now. I would not. I wouldn't personally buy it because I only see bearish signals. So I would be careful. So yeah, only two trades for me now: GBP dollar, dollar yen. Let's see what will happen. Thank you guys for listening. I wish you a great trading day. Remember, today is we only have Governor Carney speaking in 48 minutes. No, 38 minutes. So be careful. It could create some volatility on GBP crosses. Yeah, another reason for the GBP volatility, definitely. And we don't see anything. I don't see anything today that can be that important regarding news. Tomorrow it will be much important. CPI on GBP, CAD also CPI, it's inflation data. Euro, Mr. Draghi speaks 2 p.m. GMT and 6 p.m. GMT FOMC. Okay, guys, as always, cheers and trade safe.